Right, I'm delighted to be joined by Dean Brennan and Stuart Maynard, our brand new manager and assistant manager at Wealdstone Football Club. Firstly, gents, congratulations on acquiring your new roles. Firstly, for you, Dean, what was it that almost inspired you a little bit to take the role at Wealdstone?
Obviously, I see the previous manager had left, so we applied for the job. It's always a football club we've admired from afar, really. We've had some ding-dong battles, obviously, when I was manager at Hemel. We know it's a big football club, to be honest with you. It's got some fantastic support, and we really believe in Rory and the board, in their project and what they're looking to do going forward. So I think the timing of everything's been perfect for us. And we're just excited and can't wait to get going, really.
Of course, both of you have plenty of experience in this division, National League South. Of course, 6.5 years at Hemel and a few months last year at Billericay. Just talk about that last season in terms of, well, you were at Billericay and Kingstonian, the two of you. So, I mean, that must have been a weird topsy-turvy season for both of you because, I mean, we'll start with you, Stuart. It's not a situation that you've really been a part of in your managerial career, is it?
No, obviously when we went to Hemel, we got given an opportunity and we were there for 6.5 years. And obviously the opportunity come up at Billericay, that obviously we wanted to manage higher and their aspirations were to go higher, so we took the opportunity. And looking at it now, obviously it didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. And on Kingstonian, Dean's boy broke his leg, so obviously at the time we couldn't really commit to it. So
yeah, absolutely. And for you, Dean, as well, maybe not less on Kingstonian, but more at Billericay, is in this division, it almost looked perfect for you, coming from Hemel to that club at the AGP, but that must have been a weird situation for you to have been in yourself, having to leave so early on.
Look, not really, because anything can happen in this business. You know, the owner there made a decision what he wanted to do, and he did that. And it's a little bit like, there's no point in really talking about that. It's like talking about your ex-girlfriend. There's just no point. We're with the new girlfriend now, so we've got to get on with things here, and we're just excited to be here. We're really privileged. You know, I think we're the third management team in 24 years here. So that's an unbelievable statistic. Gordon is someone we respect. Obviously, we know Bobby pretty well as well. He did a really good job too. And Gordon, we spoke to Bobby, and we spoke to Gordon. Stu spoke to him on numerous occasions, and he only spoke of good things of this football club. So we're delighted to be given the opportunity. And we got to work. We found out on Sunday evening, so we got to work straight away. And we've been chatting to plenty of players. And recruitment's a big part of what we do. And we believe that if you have good players and you create a good environment and you can get everybody in it together, you can create success.
Yeah, let's talk about that, almost a philosophy. Explain to us as best as you can, the two of you. We'll start with you, Dean, what that philosophy is that you want to implement at Wealdstone. We
want people to earn the right players, especially to earn the right to do what they're good at. That's, you know, we don't bring in a dribble at the tackle, we bring the dribble at the dribble, we bring in a tackle at the tackle. So to fit different components, we like to play dynamic attacking football. We like to get the ball back as quick as we can, as high up the pitch as we can. We play very brave. We do leave it 2v2 and stuff like that back. We like to score goals, so we'll be here to entertain, but first and foremost we've got to win football matches. We look to individually improve players. Our record's been good at selling players and moving players back into the pro game, but we're looking for the right character, the right player to come to the football club. You know, it's the club's ambitious. I think it's stable now. It's been stabilised, and which is very important because we want to work in a stable environment that allows us to know where we can shop and where we can't shop. But yeah, we like to play on the front foot and exciting, dynamic football.
And for you, Stuart, of course, you're part of the recruitment as well as assistant manager, and you've been a part of Dean's management team for the majority of his managerial career. What's your role in terms of that? What players do you sort of look for in sense, like I said, anything similar, or do you look for a different aspect?
No, we have our recruitment strategy. Every position we know exactly what we want from, whether they're athletic, in full-back areas and different areas on the pitch. So we just go out and scout as many games as we can within the week and try and recruit the right players for the right position. We don't just sign a player just for the sake of signing him, just for over a CV. He's got to fit the bill to fit in where we want to play, and that's the key to it.
Absolutely. Now, this is probably an easy question to answer, but what are your short-term goals here at Wealdstone? We'll start with you, Dean.
Well, we've held on to 5 very strong players, which I think was really good work from Rory and the board. They've done really well with that. I think that's gone really well. We're hoping to tie down 1 or 2 others from last season, because obviously he had a strong season, and then we have to bring in realistically about 12 players. So that's really the short-term goal, is we want 19 players, a certain amount of players for each position, different criteria within that player. And really that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we get everybody in it together. Like, we're open. Anyone can approach us at any time and say anything they want to us, and we want it to be that way. It's not just us that are important, that's how we work. It's not just us that are important. You're important, Dec. You know what I mean? You're as important as I am as the manager, as Stu is the assistant. You know, the ladies behind the bar, they're important. The kitmans are very important as well. We all have to be in it together, and that's how we work. Very open, very honest, and we want people to enjoy themselves when they come into the ground here. They've got to make sure when they come through that gate that we're giving them something positive to sing about and cheer about and be proud of, and that's how we want to work.
Open and honest was words that Dean used there, Stuart. That might actually fit in quite well here at Wealdstone, but how do you see sort of the short-term goals that you have set at the club?
Look, obviously they've had a strong season last season. We're looking to build on it. Obviously it is a tough ask. There's some big clubs coming into the division, but this is a big club as well. So look, we look to set a points target at the start of the season, and if we get to it, we'll have a very successful season, and that's how we work. It's kept within the group, and we'll be demanding from them.
And then let's talk about the long-term games. Of course, you've had long-term experience at football clubs before. What are the long-term games looking at for you, Dean?
Get promoted, and that's the force. It is, you know. We're them type of people, you know, and we aim really high. And like Stu just said there, we demand from the players, and we want them to really do what they're good at. I think that's very important when we look at, say, the players. Someone like a Greenie. If you look at Greenie, creative, you know. Now we've got to complement that. We need people that can run off the ball. When he gets his head up, someone can run in behind and he can penetrate the opposition. That's what we want Greenie to do. As much as we can, we've got to give him the ball. You know, he's a talented boy. So the long-term goals, listen, look, I turn around and say this, that and the other. Let's go one bit at a time. And like Stu said, if we hit that points target that we've set it already. We haven't told the players yet because we haven't got a group together yet. If we reach that target, we'll have an unbelievable season.
And let's talk about next season and the type of players that you want to bring in. Of course, you've done your research, as you can see. We're talking about Danny Green and the other players that we've signed. What sort of players are you looking for? What roles are you looking for off the ball, or just around these 5 players that we've signed on?
We're looking for... Obviously, with us being out of work, it's helped massively on the recruitment. We've got to more games than ever. And obviously, we've ticked the boxes pretty much. We pretty much know who we want to bring in now. And within the next couple of days we've got meetings with all the players that we've identified and we want, which is good and positive. And if I'm being honest, they're keen to come to Wealdstone, so it's made our job a lot easier to recruit at this club.
Well, thank you very much for coming in here, guys, and good luck for the season and the rest of your job here at Wealdstone.
Thanks, Dec. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Dec.
Thank you very much.